Hello, welcome to my home studio. I'm Kathryn Borg and I'm a ceramic artist based in Willington in Derbyshire, and today I'm going to give you a tutorial on creating a little jug and a pinch pot. I predominantly make decorative and functional ware using a variety of different techniques. My favourites are pinching and coiling, and I love to make little pinch pots. I've got a few examples here with glazes. These are all glazed up, these ones. And I also really love to create little handheld jugs as well, perfect for milk, water, juice, anything you want to put in, or they could just be a decorative piece. I like to create a different spout on them, and I really like the drippy glaze effect there that I've got, and I've just started to put some decoration onto some of them as well. So today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to make one of my jugs, so hopefully you will enjoy, and I look forward to seeing some of your feedback. And right, off I go. So hopefully I've got my board in front of me here, and I'm going to start with just a small amount of clay, which I'm going to just make into a small sphere. So I'm using my hands here to bat the clay into a ball. Now the way that we pinch a pot is, pinching is a great way of actually creating a pot just using your hands and a ball of clay. So it's one of the first techniques that I actually show to my learners when I'm teaching. Okay, so here we go, we've got a ball of clay, and what you need to do, I'm right-handed, so my right hand is like my doing hand, as it were, and my left hand is there just for support. So I'm going to place my thumb into the centre of the clay, and then what I'm going to do is, with my thumb and my fingers, I'm going to hold it with my left hand, but then I'm going to squeeze on the inside and squeeze with my fingers, and I'm going to just pinch, rotate around, pinch, rotate around, pinch, rotate, and keep doing this, applying the same amount of pressure to each pinch. So I'm just going to pinch that round. And then, as you can see, I'm using my left hand as just helping that to rotate around. So as I'm pinching, what I'm doing is I'm actually pinching down at the base first, because if you start pinching up at the top, then you'll have a really thick bottom, and you won't be able to get your thumb and your fingers right down to the base. So I'm just going to keep pinching that base round, just making sure that that's nice and thin. And then I'm going to gradually move up until we've got a bowl there. And then if you've got any thumb marks in there, my nail's gone a little bit long, so if you've got any thumb marks there, you can just get that. So you've got then your first, you can just tap it down a little bit. So then I've got my little pinch pot there, which I'm actually going to now coil on to create the jug shape. Okay, I'm just going to get some more clay. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to one side. I'm going to get some more clay. And with this clay I'm going to roll out my first coil. Now when you roll in a coil, it's really important to keep that coil nice and fluid. You need to, what I do first is I make a sausage with my hand. And when I'm rolling right from my fingertips right to the base of my hand, applying pressure as I'm rolling it down. So right from the fingertips right to the base. If you don't do that and you just start going really quite, as you can see there, I'm just going, that starts to create a rectangular coil, and it's quite difficult then to build up. So to get a really nice smooth coil, fingertips right to the base and apply that pressure. So you can see there, as I'm rolling, I'm applying that pressure, and as I'm applying the pressure it starts to become nice and smooth and round. And once it starts to get a bit longer, you can then use both hands that's it. So I've got a nice even coil there. Okay. So what I tend to do is I tend to roll a couple of coils out. If you can hear chirping, I've got birds nesting in the roof of my workshop. So I'm just going to roll a couple more coils out. Fingertips right to the base, and you can start to see that's becoming nice and round there. And then the tip of a good coil is if you can just push it and it goes off. So I've got two coils there. I'm just going to roll another one. Using one hand, two hands, whichever is easiest. Okay, so when I've got my pinch pot here, I'm going to start coiling on top of my pinch pot. So I'm just going to add the first coil. When I'm coiling, I like to add one coil at a time. This way it helps you to keep that pot and to keep that shape really nice and even. And then with a tool, what I do is I just smooth it all down. So I'm going to just do the inside. So I hold it, and then with the tool I just diagonally press the internal clay together. Don't know if you can see that. I'll show you in a moment. So I'm just pressing diagonally that clay together. So that's all joined together on the inside there, and then I'm going to join the outside. So I tend to then just turn it upside down and then join using my tool. The coil onto the pinch pot. I do it upside down because it keeps the shape a lot better. And then once I've got that, I just pinch that into the shape that I want it to go. That's it. So I've got my first coil on there. Okay, so I'm going to just add my second. I'm just going to add a couple of coils to this one. I'm not going to make it too big. It's going to be more of a large pouring jug stroke bowl, just to give you an idea of actually how I make my wares. So again, I'm just going to use my tool, and I go in a diagonal movement because it actually gets more clay when I'm joining those together. And I'm just smoothing that off with my tool on the inside. I've also got a range of kidneys here. These are called metal kidneys, and then I use these as well to shape the insides when I'm working, and the outside. Again, I'm going to turn that upside down, and using my tool I'm just going to smooth this together. This is the join bit, so I've just got to join that up well. So I'm just smoothing this all together. Again, I'm just going to pinch that into shape. Okay, and then what I tend to do as well is using my kidney. You can see all the pinch marks here. I like to get my pieces really nice and smooth. So at all stages of the making, I use my metal kidneys just to smooth any ridges down. So what I'm going to do with this one is, I could actually keep building up, but the clay's quite soft. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to create a bowl stroke jug. And the way I do that is I just use so I've got my bowl here, and then I just use my finger on the inside, and I've got my finger and my thumb on the outside, and then I just pull just to create the spout effect, and then I can just tease this into the shape that I want it to go. So you can see that's the shape there I've got. And then what I would do then is I would leave that to dry to the leather hard stage, and then once it's leather hard I would scrape that down, getting rid of all the marks here. Scrape that down until it's completely smooth. So I've got one here that I just previously made. This has been biscuit fired, so it goes from like quite an uneven state to try and get it as smooth as I can while I'm making, to a really smooth state. And I use the metal kidneys to do that, and I just kind of like scrape and scrape and scrape down until it gets to a really nice smooth finish. And then I biscuit fire it, and then I glaze. So here's an end result there. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial. Thank you very much, and you can catch me on Instagram. I'm at Highley Crafted, and also I'm on Facebook at Highley Crafted, and hopefully you'll see this tutorial on the Belper Arts page. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.